I can hear it.
Is everybody having a good time so far?
Yay!
By the way, I knew I was your favorite. Can't hear me? All right, 50 years, really. What do you say about 50 years? Wow. That's a long time. What a rare accomplishment. When I got married, I was looking for a way out after about 50 days. Just kidding, honey. There goes my after party.
Damn right.
Now, I don't know anyone who's been married 50 years, really. One of my sisters is married almost 50 times, but that's it's not the same. Seriously, what a rare accomplishment. It's tough to reach 50 years of marriage. It helps that they got married at like age 9. But that's only because Mom was pregnant. Alright, let me be serious for a moment. Mom and Dad taught us many life lessons over the years. And most important, the value of hard work. Neither of them ever made much money, but they've earned everything they have. I know they both have rough childhoods. But Mom recently told us her story of when she was a child. I don't want to embarrass her.
Thank you.
But it was much tougher than I thought. It's very impressive to see what they made of themselves. And I think they love each other more today than they did 50 years ago. They really need and depend on each other. I don't think they could survive without each other. They grew together as the perfect match. Now, many things will happen over a 50-year marriage that will test that marriage. Let me tell you about a few.
Oh, no.
It was tough to narrow it down to just a few. Now, the toughest part of staying married 50 years is staying alive long enough to be married 50 years. And that goes for us kids, too. They tried to kill us many times. Let's start with Dad.
Oh, no.
Now, you know Dad loves to drink. He loves cheap beer. Side note, he used to stop at the Schmitz Brewery and get 3 cases for $10 of all the garbage that nobody else wanted. He used to bring home this stuff called John Wayne beer and all other kinds of crap, and USA beer was my favorite. You ready for this? It stood for You Save a Lot. I swear to God, that's true. I swear to God, that's true. You know that, right? Now, the problem with Dad being such a big drinker was that he was also our driver. Now, drinking and driving with 5 kids, no seatbelts, and a Great Dane was not so frowned upon back then. Now, this dog went everywhere with us. This dog was like a horse. Really, a horse. He was gigantic. Now, we lived in a little row house in Kensington. This was probably not the best choice for our situation. Oh, we had a pet duck, too. This was a big, giant white duck. This wasn't a little mallard. This is one of the big ducks with the orange head, and he used to run around the house and so on. Who has a duck and a Great Dane in a row house? It's very odd. So anyway, a typical Saturday night for us was we would go to Aunt Jackie and Uncle Joe's house, or another friend's house, and the kids would play, and the adults would play cards and usually get all liquored up. Then about midnight, Dad would want to take a trip. He'd want to visit his relatives in New York. Brooklyn. Now, I can't believe no one ever stopped him or told him this was a bad idea. So here we go, up the turnpike. I would try to fall asleep and hope we made it alive. Somehow we always did. Now, I'm sure Aunt Irene and Uncle Mike were thrilled to see, outside their 1-bedroom apartment, mind you, where they had 3 kids of their own, at 3 a.m., picture this. 4 drunks, a bunch of kids, a horse and a duck. rough. Kensington was like Disneyland compared to anything. One summer, our parents, these two, they left me and Patty there for the summer. Patty, right?
Yes, the summer.
Right?
That's
Thank
the
you.
summer.
The summer from Bill.
Now, I don't remember signing up for that. Do you remember signing up for that? We were in a war zone there between the neighborhood and the cockroaches. The cockroaches were everywhere. They had to put every piece of food that they owned in the refrigerator so the cockroaches wouldn't eat it. I swear to God. And if you ever turned a light on in the middle of the night, they would just scatter. It was disgusting. But anyway, we were in a survival situation. Now, before they abandoned us, Dad left us with one piece of advice. If the raisins in your raisin bran are moving, don't eat it. We also had some good summers though, I can't lie. We would go to Wildwood or the mountains from time to time. But one of my favorite memories was when we went camping. We belonged to a campground and we would go nearly every weekend. And I loved to fish. And Mom and Dad, well, Mom mostly would sit on the dock with me for hours and fish. Dad wasn't much into fishing. But he would bring his cooler of crappy beer and hang out on the dock with us. He went nowhere without his little cooler. Those were really good times. They really were, I'm not kidding. But to this day, we still do family vacations. Only the family's much bigger. Now, Mom and Dad have 12 grandchildren. They have 6 great-grandchildren. And another great-grandchild on the way, Cheryl. And it's amazing we're all still so close. We really do spend a lot of time together. Family is very important to Mom and Dad, and that's what makes them happy. Now, they never actually told me that, but I think I speak for everyone in our family when I say we just feel that. And it's very obvious.